Okay, all right. Oh man, what a day. So, all right, let's take a look at Bitcoin. So, what happened here? All right. Well, we got 3 sessions. New York is still playing out. All right. So, in Asia, they dropped price. In London, they consolidated. All right. Let's pop onto the 5 minute. All right. And in New York, we got one hit to the high. All right. So, the question I'm asking myself is in these sessions, what did they do? I know they got people to go short here, all right, where they accumulated, all right, where they sold, they bought, they bought, they bought all in London. He accumulated in London, right, and he sold a lot, all right. Now he sold more than he bought over here, right? But he bought, you know, 4K. He bought one, so that's five. 6, 7, 8. But he also gave some back. So take away one, that's still 7. You know, averaging up, averaging down. He gave away, Jesus, math, God, no. He gave away, he gave away roughly 3K from the 3. Well, he gave this away too. See how he buys and sells. You see this? So just take a look. Here's how I read the volume, at least. I see a big buy here, right? But there's a lot of buying and selling that goes on in these smaller time frames. All right. So I'm trying to figure out whether he accumulated to send price higher or if he's going to dump it, right? And that's going to happen probably in Sydney, or whatever. But who knows? Who knows? All right. So, you got about 6K worth of buying, 6, 7, 9, right? And now this is him holding price, right? Now why is he holding price here, right? So right here, 6K. We're holding price here because we're going into London, all right? So we got. Mark it off on my chart. Look at how lovely and confusing this is, and people want to be traders. I don't know why we want to be traders. All right, we sold down here, but we sold very low. We because this is the beginning of the week. The traders aren't here. Low volume. He can make a false move, right? But there can be false moves all over the place. So in essence, you know, this is this nasty wick stopping volume candle, all right? And you can count the levels and see where we're at, right? So you got one, that could be a level. He didn't break the level, so really, all he's done here in these sessions is form a W, and he's held level 1 consolidation. To me, this is level 2, right? Because I got a clear break at level 1, all right? So here's a level. Here's your W. Here's your level. Here's a level. You can throw a wicks below it. That's fine, right? But we got a clear break, and now we are in level 2. Now the question is are we going to see level 3 rise? Right? Because right now, if you look back, we got all these people up in here who are short, who shorted this region right here, but he's long from right here. Because most people would have understood this to be an M formation. Most people do see that, right? Where he makes 3 levels of drop. This would be drop level 1, retrace, drop level 2, little retrace. Look at how level 2, there's like nothing in level 2. That's very interesting, actually. Drop level 3, where he's repeating the pattern. All right. Now, if this is the pattern, all right, from the cycle that he's running from whatever date this is, you would want to see in New York rise. This would be level 1. This would still be Level 1 coming out of the zone. You would see straight green bars, straight yellow, straight bars, right? Where we won't come back. We'll break the psychological high or the low. You can hit the stops from all these people. Take all of this liquidity up in here, right? You can collect all of those shorts, all right? And then do some more damage between the psychological regions where we can consolidate and make a judgment on whatever Powell's going to say. All right? That would be my general projection for whatever's going to happen. All right? Because what I do know is that also, I know Mr. Crypto Face was live this morning trying to go short. Kudos to Mr. Face, right? Love Crypto Face. We love all you people. He was talking about this money flow, getting low on the 6 hour. And I could see that. I could definitely see that. Nice. He says about the curvature and all that stuff. But right now, you've now come up, you're making, money has come in at this time on a Monday. It's a very interesting thing. All right. On that time frame, at least on the 6 hour. Now money flow could come up, make a lower low, and then you're just gonna print another trigger wave. With his method, you'll come up, you'll print another trigger wave here on your 6 hour. It'll just flop, and then you're heading down. All right. Money flow could come up like that, and it's just a spoof. All right. It's just whatever. However, all right. I was looking at this today and thinking about how price has been marked up and marked down. All right. So you got a 30% rise, which shocked everybody, right? And then he stopped it. And there's your level 1 consolidation. Then he marked price up again, 16% or more, right? In level 2. But he stopped it right here on your 6 hour, right? All right, right here in your 6 hour. Nice stopping volume candle on your 6 hour, where he's created a W. Where everyone that watches, the pattern watchers and all that stuff, we're going to look for this, and then we're going to look for the M, right? This is what everyone's looking for. And then, to the downside. That's what people are looking for. However, who's to say he's not done in here, right? Because in level 3, you might say you've seen 2 hits to the high, right? Which is taught now. On your weekly. Actually, you see now here's why this chart is banging. Is it encompasses a larger frame view of the moving averages. See, on Binance, you're at your 200 EMA, right? On the weekly, where everyone is trying to short because you want to take the pins off the main A's, right? However, on this chart, you have not reached your 200 weekly moving average, which is sitting roughly at about $25,000, just in line with this. All right. So, you got to watch which chart you're trading on. They want you to trade on the chart that you are, on the exchange that you are trading on. However, that chart doesn't have all the data. All right. Now this chart does. All right. You're not going to get everything, on this chart either. But it's a good gauge of I think the path price is taken over time, because the EMAs are very accurate on this chart. Now, we've gone up 30, right? And he's half the price. Gone down, cut the price in half. All right? How much has he marked up price in the third zone here? Okay? Well, let's go to a lower time frame. Let's go to the daily. He marked price up one time only, okay, to 9%. He sold there one time. Why would he only want to go to that level one time? Wouldn't you want to sell there again? Look how he's holding the 13 EMA on the daily. inducing everybody to go short. Why is he doing that? Because he wants to build a pool of liquidity up here that he can snatch, grab all of that liquidity, right? Liquidate all the shorts, because nobody is going to go short. Look, there's some people that are going to go short from here. Look, if it were me, right? What are you taught as a person who runs shorts? You short every lower high until you're proven wrong, right? Now, what I know is that in this vector, in these vectors here, from this drop, that he has contracts that he can come back into and realize a return on his profit. This zone right here is very interesting. He paused. Why would he pause here and never come and test the wick? All right. Why is he not tested 26.7, right? He slowed it down. He said, I got to slow this down. This is getting out of control, right? On the daily. He paused here on the daily. Why the pause? Why stop price here, right? For 24 hours. Why would he do that? Why just make a pause? I mean, you got to really dive into like low time frames and then go back in time to realize what was going on in that 5 minutes. All right. So let's just go back on Binance and figure out what the hell was going on Binance in those 4 minutes. Is that little consolidation zone where he's going to stop hunt into, right? 26.66 and all those sixes. People love their sixes, right? What a lucky number. All right, where are we? We're in December. This was in the summer. It was like, shit. Oh, we're still here. Okay, wait, we're still not even back far enough. You got to really, really go back and figure out what was going on those low time frames to kind of figure out what the hell happened in there. To figure out what he's taken, what he hasn't, what he can come back into, what has he collected in that little bit of time, because he's greedy. He wants to come back and grab that, because in the grand scheme of things, I mean, he could blow through it and all that stuff, but really, look at how long it takes. This is ridiculous. Are we going to be able to get there, for the love of Pete? Why don't they want me to come back here? Come on, TradingView. Being stupid. All right, let's go to the half hour at least. Forget the 5 minute. Let's just see how long it paused there. Just because that pause is important. All right, because I don't know how long he paused there for. Why did he pause? What was the purpose of stopping price there? All right. So where did you stop? Look at this pause. 3 levels of drop, pause, and then you came back up. Then this is manipulation, all right? Look at how it happens on low volume at the beginning of the week, right? This is a huge zone that he could come back into later. The manipulation zone, all right? Where he could throw a wick into, realize a return on all these shorts of people just FOMOing in, right? This is a massive imbalance. Why did you pause, fake out reversal over a weekend, and then just continue to drop price, right? This is sitting, this pause, here's a stopping volume candle, right, where he reversed price from 26,860. This is a very interesting zone. Let's mark it off. 26,860. For a half hour, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? He collected long positions, right? He went short, he sold out some longs, and then he ripped price down. Now he sold a bunch of shorts that he is, never realized a return on any of these shorts. All right? He could let some things go, right? But in essence, right here, that little wick, to me, is important. This W formation over the weekend is important. Why? I don't know why. Right? But that's interesting. All right? Now, I was thinking about levels as well. All right? Now, he's marked price up once, and then, again and again and again. I mean, he could let that go. He could be in a drawdown for for all of this. It's no problem for him, right? Because he's got all the money in the world, right? But what you want to try to figure out is what level you're currently in, all right? So let's just go to like a 3-week, right? I was thinking about this today, thinking about levels and what level I'm in. Because level 1 is pretty easy kind of to figure out off your M here, all right? Here's your M, right? Here's level 1. And this higher low, right, from the M kind of solidifies that, right? So here's your level 1. All right? We're going to go green. All right? There's your level 1. Now, level 1 happened to be, he marked price down 50%. Cool. All right? Now we got a clear break of the zone. All right? Let's go here. Here's another zone. This is the zone that we are currently in. All right? And let's mark that as level 2, just because that's the zone I know it to be. Now, here's the problem. Is okay, so people talk about the lower low, all right? There's your hit, right? In there, you would say, all right, well, how many times did he hit it? In the 3-week period, he didn't hit it here. He hit it here. 1, 2, 3 hits to the low, right? 1, 2. But this is all one freaking hit, to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest. That's just straight drop, right? The levels are hard. The levels are hard. All right? However, all right, it seems like we still work in the zone, right? Because without a break back above 33K, right, I can't say anything different, all right? So we got this zone that we're working right now. He's working the hell out of his zone. He loves this zone, right? Now, in this zone, what has he done? How much has he marked price down? He's marked it down 50%. Cool. And then an additional 53%. Closing at a nice round number of 51%. Right? In fact, you could even bring that up because in the 3 weeks, there's a nice 52%. Notice how it always gets like 50, like just a little bit higher and lower, right? Something in there. But look, 52, fair enough, right? To me, he doesn't mark price down 2 times, right? I don't want, I would want 3 hits, right? So to me, this is still level 2. And level 2 could come all the way back somewhere up in here. All right, he can do that, right? So where can you suggest price to go, right? So from level to level, let's say over time. This is like your red box where no one would even think about buying Bitcoin, okay? We're going to mark price down from the bottom of the level an additional 50%. 52, 53%. Okay? So right here. Notice how the box is. It gets smaller and smaller each time when you're marking things down, right? Now you've recovered the COVID wick and all that good stuff, and you're sitting around, $7,000. All right, and you can throw a wick below the zone. That's acceptable. All right? There's no problem with that. Why? There is these vectors over here, right, that he has never come back into. Now, granted, those are really, really freaking far away. And he's kind of, come back in. But look at this wick right here. It's a very interesting wick. You might want to eye that wick. But anybody, what's the difference between buying freaking Bitcoin, on this down here, You got this wick he might want to come back into, and you got this wick. All right, they're interesting. All right, because they stopped the price from going any lower here. But what would make you doubt crypto? What would make you the most doubtful? Right? Because this level held. This is a huge level. But you got to realize where you are in the grand scheme of things, of everything. Right? Everyone talks about this stuff. Right? In the grand scheme of everything, you got 1, 2, and really 3 hits. I mean, if you don't want to count, because, Bitcoin is different here, right? This isn't exactly, the real, being on leverage traded and all that stuff. I don't even know, right? But I see vectors appearing here over time, right? So I got 1, 2, 3 hits to the high where he forms the M, right? To come back into, right? Now, no one's to say he's going to come down and claim $13 on Bitcoin, right? No one's to say that. I mean, it's a freaking possibility. But that's not the idea, right? Current, you would want to take the most current vectors, right? Right? Where he realized the return from. But Lord knows that they know what's happening, They know what's happening way in advance, all right? But there's no way to know, all right? Because, whatever, I'm babbling. But I don't got that much time. But look, I'm looking for everyone, 52, 52, 52. What would be a variation on the theme? Right? Because everyone goes back in the past and looks at this crap. Everyone does, right? They go, all right, in 2014, we got a double bottom and straight rise, or whatever. This isn't even it. No, this is level 1 right here. Just like 3 freaking hits to the upside, right? Level 1, where you get barely even a retrace. This is a retrace, level 1, right? Now, level 1 consolidation, right? Here's level 2, right? And then here's level 3. All right, so in the grand scheme of things, you have a level 1, because they don't come back to the levels. All right, you got a level 1, 3 hits to the 3 hits. All right. Here's level 1. We could say level 1, but it's a retrace, all right? Retrace, level 1 consolidation, all right? So you could say that this is all level 1. And you want to see a clear break of that level. All right, so there's, make that green. All right. Here is a level 2. We come out of level 2, we make a new high, and we don't really touch that again, all right? Now here is level 3, peak formation, where I've trapped everybody into the belief that Bitcoin is going to make the common man rich, right? 3 levels. All right. Now let's mark up price from absolutely nothing in the levels. That's a crazy number. It's a little less crazy. But basically, it's been in a markup phase for its entire history. You know? Decreasing over time. Because you can't mark, you know, things don't go up like that crazy forever. Alright? Now, the math on this is absolutely insane. I'd have to freaking figure it out. But it is decreasing on some level. Alright? So, you know, if you were going to come back to the levels, right? And not break break it. You wouldn't want to see Bitcoin go below $1,500. All right? Because you can throw a wick down here. Why not? Right? Why not throw a wick and stop out all of this? All of this. Right? But you don't want to, you know, I don't know what the hell they want to do. I'm not a freak. I'm not in charge. Right? However, they tested the 16K zone for a reason. They accumulated down here to test that zone. Who bought Bitcoin at 16K? Maybe they wanted to snatch it away from you, right? They wanted to snatch price away from you. But I feel like that's what they want you to believe, right? They want you to believe the market is moving away, all right? Now, on your market cipher, which is a great indicator, you got your first, really, weekly diamond, blood diamond, right? You got one back here, right? You got one back here, but it didn't play out, right? That's a fake out, right? But you got a real blood diamond at the top of your formation. It's interesting. Okay? You're in a markdown phase. So what you would expect in the markdown phase to end is I mean, look, here's your W. You would want to make sure you don't go below that. You don't want to go below this right here. Your last, level 1, where's this? This is a massive W. You could go below down here, down in this zone. Go below this massive W formation right in here. And still not break level 1. And you can come back into level 1 and you can test the all-time high from level 1. You can test that. But maybe that is where, how many people are looking to long this freaking high, right? You got this level you could test. You got this level you could test. You never tested this high. You've tested this high, and you failed. It failed. It broke below and traded below the all-time high of 2017 for a while. Not a lot of people wanted it, but it's being tested right now. All right? It's being manipulated on a high time frame, right? And you can see with the yellow X's, and they say they come in 4s, and I believe that because I see it everywhere. You have 2. You print a yellow X above, that's where you go short on the weekly. All right? You print another yellow X above price where they manipulated it from here and here, right? There you go. Now let me show you something else that's very interesting. Okay? On the RSI. Where are you, RSI? Here. All right? Now, everybody will look at this and go breakout. All right? Everyone will look at that and go breakout, here, you got a little back test over here, whatever. It's a clear breakout here. And you'd want to see a back test. To me, this is a fish hook. Reel them in. This is a trap. I'm trapping whoever was short up in here. So now you got to think of it like this. All right? Line it up. Line it up. For your peaks. And it's starting to curl down, which means that the business is basically done. Right? He's hooked them. He's hooked whoever he was trying to trap. It's hooked. All right? From this peak right here. What peak is that? March 2022. That peak right there. He is now hooked all these people's stops. He hooked them. That's what the fish hook is. It hooks in the traders who have their stops in here. That is what Savvy's always talking about. Hidden bearish divergence. It's hidden in context of the trend from here because we've now got those guys that went short here because our intention is to send price lower. That's what I see. That is what I see. Nobody's going to watch this video, but who cares? This is my thoughts, all right? These are the thoughts. Let's clean it up again. So we're looking for 7K, all right? We're looking for 7K. I mean, in essence, that would still be a good place to go long. I know Savvy thinks so too. I agree with him. I definitely agree with him. All right. Now, if you're looking to catch the short, right? You want to catch the short. Well, let's just do this. Nobody wants to draw a trend line. We love trend lines, right? Now, it can be difficult. I've drawn them here because I put this in the market site for Discord or whatever. You always see CryptoFace drawing spider lines from this bear market, right? To find levels. But he never draws it from the previous peak to find a new bottom if it's in a markdown phase. Well, if I was going to find a new bottom, I would want to find it where the previous bottom held. Right here. Where, you got 7, 8K. That's an interesting spider line to me. I've had this drawn out forever. You can go back and look. Right? I've had this level. And now, what I know is that the levels kind of hold. Look at how this yellow line held. It held its support massively. Right? Massively. But this is an interesting spider line. And in essence, it could come all the way up into this. 33K. It could hook in as much as it wants. Because it's all in the level. It's all in the level. So you just got to figure out what the hell price is doing and why it's doing it. Everyone is expecting this move. Right? Everyone's expecting that move. I don't know if they're going to get that move. Right? It'll probably stop somewhere in here. Just somewhere where no one expects it to freaking stop. Right? Because we don't know how long the business needs to go. Alright? But I do know that, there's manipulation going on. Now, everyone is looking for a pullback. But a pullback won't happen. Alright? A pullback won't happen. Because until he's got what he came for. And we don't know who he's got in trouble. But what else do we know? As a trader, I am taught to short every freaking lower high. All right? Every freaking lower high. Look at how messy this is. This is fucked up. But whatever. It's my chart. All right? Here, let's go to a clean chart for everybody. This is fairly clean. All right? Is it a good chart? Yes. Okay. Every lower high. All right? And this is the 2-week. He paused here. For 2 weeks, he paused here. Why would he pause in these regions? To pick up shorts, so we could come back into them. Right here, right? Let's go to a daily and figure out, right? Because there's a lot of people with money, man. There's a lot of people with money. You know? You see a high, a high, a high. And we're taught 3 hits to the high. 3 hits. 1, 2, and then a bunch here. He's got shorts stacked up all in this region. All right? That can be at a loss for I don't know how much, but it's leverage. All right? I don't know what that is, but I do know that he, on the daily, at least on this chart, over a collective, 26.5. Nobody's going to short a higher high, right? Because that's not what you're taught. However, if you go to the monthly and you use your monthly EMAs, you've tested your 5, but you haven't tested your 13 EMA. Railroad tracks. Right? That's what this is. Railroad tracks. Pinned to the railroad tracks. They're pinning the railroad tracks because the train is running down. The train is going down. They're pinning the track. Right now they're pinning the 50. The highest on the monthly time frame that they will pin could be 25. Could be anywhere in this zone here, in the purple here, in the VWAP, right? They could pin it all the way up there. They could send a wick up there. They're going to come back for it later in 2 or 3 years, right? But they will pin the railroad tracks. Look how they pinned it here when they came out of level 1. They just nearly missed it on the monthly. They didn't give you that trade. He missed it by how much? By 1%, not even. You missed that awesome trade because you were looking for the 12 on the 13 out of level 1. He pinned the 5, but he didn't pin the 13. This time, because that's the end of level 1. That's your confirmation that he's done with this zone. I'm done with level 1. Let's go to level 2. What do you pin on level 2? You're going to pin the 13 EMA on the monthly time frame, right? On the most accurate chart on TradingView for EMAs, the one with the most price data, the one with the most accurate EMAs, that is a collective of all of the exchanges all over from the Bitcoin's history, you will pin that EMA. So, what are you going to look for when you short? No one is going to short here above. You don't short that. That's not what you short. However, you got interesting levels. Who's drawing this trend line? Okay? You got that. You got this. Right there. Pinned to the trend line. What is that? What's the range there? I don't know. Let's draw a couple freaking whatever. Weekly. Is it this week? Is it next week? I don't know. It could be anything. But the pin could go right to there. Pin it. Bang. 26K. 26K. Let's look on the high block. What's he building? Where's the pool at? Is it big enough yet for him to go after it and fish hook those people who think they're going to take this down? Let's go to the 7-day. 4:30. I gotta go hang out with my kids. Stop thinking about this crap. Because really, there's nothing to do. It takes time. It really takes so much time. I've failed so much. Look. Oh, look what he's built. He built a nice pool of liquidity here, $4 billion. Is that enough for him to come take that to come back up? Right? What is he trying to build? What is he trying to build? He's trying to build 26. He's trying to build that. He wants to build this. But in order for him to build that, he's got to come down to come back up. Right now, he's got, you know, a couple billion in here. How much? 25.5. I don't know if I went high enough. He doesn't have does he have enough to pin the railroad tracks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He's got 12. He's got a lot. He's got a lot. Why? Give me an excuse on why he doesn't need to come to this pool of liquidity. Why are the traders so committed? Look, now it's changed. This is 12 hour. Now he's got more shorts up there than he does longs, right? The longs are doubtful. The shorts are confident. They are confident. Could he gain more confidence by dropping it lower? Taking this pool right here. Right? Now you got some nice... You come down to come back up. You take $1 billion to go get more up here because it'll pool it out. All right, it'll pool it out. What's price doing right now? Let's go to Binance. The 5 minute, because New York is done, I believe. Yeah, look, he's coming down. What do you want to see hold in Sydney? What was the level there? $22,650. 22,650 is what he's got. What's he got over for 7 days? Oh, there's a nice little chunk. He's got $4 billion at 22.5. What's price at now? 22.5. Right there. Interesting. Last week's low. So he could come down, wick below, take all of this, right? 22.5. Right there. And still not break the level of what level I think we're still in. Level 3. Okay? Right? Because that was the pretty much the end of level of this level of level 2. All right? Here's level 2. Let's make it yellow because it's fucking yellow. All right? Here's level 1. It's green. All right? Green, yellow, red. All right? You have the pattern playing out here. All right? You can come down and take that. But will he? I mean, why not? You could come down there, take that, and then shift back up. Everyone is looking for a pullback. Does he have what he needs to send price down to his target, to whatever the hell it is, right? I mean, but you got the Dixie. You got the Dixie making a mad move, right? But what you would want to see is a retrace. Right now, the Dixie is hitting resistance, right? When the Dixie hits resistance, why not dump your dollars, make a quick profit, right? Really form this out where you can consolidate above and get people guessing and chop everyone the hell up in level 3 where it's very volatile. Okay? That's what I'm thinking. Because you look at some of these things, they're not dropping. This thing could drop. I'm into this thing. I don't know. I think this thing is going to... Where can I commit? I can commit people, you know, just above, you know, around $3. Why not? It's Sydney. Why not? I have a sell order on this thing. Look, we were able to sell at speed up here. And then I knew that, so I slowed things down. I broke it down, and now I'm going to send it up for the third level. Right? Where I can manipulate price. And these things move pretty quick. Right? I mean, this is an interesting wick over here. We didn't break the level here. Level 1 consolidation, level 2 manipulation, level 3. Give me the end pattern up there. No one's going to short the previous high. This thing is traded on leverage. Come up. Get commitment from longs and fear from shorts. Above $3. Look at my stupid fibs. Dumb fibs. Right? What are they looking for? You know, people that have been holding this whole time on this thing. You know, they're looking for mother trucking $4 or whatever. That's what they're looking for. Right? That doesn't matter. Right? Fibs, whatever. Right? But, you know, a 30% gain from last quarter or on this thing or whatever. Look at the quarterly. Right? Where did we close our quarterly earnings or whatever? Right? We sold off, right? We closed at $1.50. We opened at $1. We're now on this quarter at $2.30, right? So what percent increase is that from the close? You know, $1.50, you know? Let me get another 100% because that's the mentality in crypto. Let me get 100%, right? 100% gain on 150, $3, right? So I set my sell order at $2.99. That's what I sold it at. We'll see if I get it. Alright, God knows anything can fucking happen. It's fucking crypto. Alright? However, I think Bitcoin has further to go down. And I know that's not a popular, you know, mentality at the moment. Especially right here in level 2. Where you can manipulate price to the highest, you know, degree. And do whatever the F you want to do. Because you're the market maker and you can do whatever the F you want, right? But if I'm trying to pull enough liquidity, all right, to get price where the shorts are too scared to short and the longs are FOMOing long, I'm going to do it at the highest possible point that I can. Okay? Railroad tracks. On the monthly. Pin the railroad. When he pins the 5, that's level 1. When he pins the 13, it's level 2. That's it. Now where the hell it stops, I don't fucking know. That's for another video. All right? However, he'll pin. You see a pin? How many pins are you going to get on the monthly? I don't know. Let's look at this zone right here. How many pins did he get up in here? In that zone right there. All right, how many chances are you going to get? How many times is he going to pass through this zone right here? This is baby mama calling me. Shit. Alright. I better stop this nonsense. I'll see y'all later. Peace out. Hello. How are you?